The Great School Debate. It's a topic that's been making headlines and stirring up conversations in households and classrooms across the nation. Hey everyone, I am a psychologist and mental health expert with over 20 years experience, and today, we're diving headfirst into a topic that's got everyone talking: banning phones in schools. This isn't just a local issue, it's a global conversation. It's a topic that sparked fiery debates among students, teachers, and parents alike. From PTA meetings to school board discussions, everyone has an opinion. On the one hand, we've got those who believe that phones are the root of all evil, turning our kids into screen-addicted zombies. They argue that phones are a major distraction, pulling students away from their studies and social interactions. On the other hand, we've got those who argue that phones are essential tools for learning and communication in the 21st century. They point out that phones can be used for research, collaboration, and even for safety reasons. So, who's right? Well, like most things in life, it's not that simple. The debate isn't black and white, it's filled with shades of gray. The reality is that there are both pros and cons to having phones in schools. While some students may misuse them, others might find them indispensable for their learning process. In this video, we're going to explore both sides of the argument, examining the psychological impact of banning phones in schools. We'll delve into how these bans affect student behavior, attention spans, and overall mental health. We'll look at the reasons why schools implement such bans, the potential benefits, and the possible drawbacks. Are these policies effective in creating a better learning environment, or do they hinder students' ability to adapt to a tech-driven world? By the end, my hope is that you'll have a better understanding of this complex issue and be able to form your own informed opinion. Whether you're a student, parent, or educator, this is a conversation that impacts us all. Okay, let's start with the reasons why schools might choose to ban phones in the first place. It's a topic that has sparked a lot of debate among educators, parents, and students alike. One of the biggest arguments in favor of bans is that they can improve focus and reduce distractions in the classroom. When students are not constantly checking their phones, they are more likely to pay attention to the lesson and participate in discussions. Think about it. You're sitting in history class, trying to focus on your teacher's lecture about the French Revolution, but your phone is buzzing non-stop with notifications from Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. It's incredibly hard to concentrate when your attention is being pulled in so many different directions. It's enough to make anyone's head spin. The constant barrage of notifications can lead to stress and anxiety, making it even more difficult to focus on schoolwork. Proponents of phone bans argue that by removing these distractions, students can better concentrate on their studies and engage with the material. They believe that a focused classroom environment can lead to better academic performance and a deeper understanding of the subject matter. They believe that a phone-free environment allows students to be more present in the moment and less likely to fall down the rabbit hole of social media or online games. This presence can foster better relationships with peers and teachers and create a more cohesive learning community. And hey, there's definitely some merit to that argument. Experts in psychology and education often highlight the cognitive benefits of reduced distractions, noting that students can process information more effectively when they are not constantly interrupted. I mean, we've all been there, right? Lost in the digital world, completely oblivious to the real world around us. It's a common experience, and one that underscores the importance of finding a balance between technology use and real-world engagement. But hold on a second, because it's not all sunshine and roses in the land of phone bans. While there might be some benefits to reduce distractions, there's also a growing body of evidence suggesting that banning phones can have negative psychological effects on students. One of the most significant concerns is the potential for increased anxiety and stress. For many teenagers, their phone is their lifeline to the outside world. It's how they stay connected with their friends, family, and the wider world. Suddenly taking that away can be incredibly isolating and anxiety-provoking. Imagine being cut off from your support system, unable to reach out for help or reassurance when you need it most. Studies have shown that phone bans can lead to feelings of loneliness, social isolation, and even depression in some students. It's like going through digital detox cold turkey, and for some the withdrawal symptoms can be pretty intense. And speaking of social isolation, let's talk about the impact of phone bans on social development. For better or worse, social media has become an integral part of how teenagers connect with each other. It's where they share their lives, their thoughts, and their feelings. Banning phones during school hours means that students are cut off from this vital social outlet for a significant portion of their day. Now I know what you're thinking, but wouldn't that encourage them to actually talk to each other face to face? And you're not wrong, but here's the thing. Not all students find it easy to navigate the often complicated world of social interaction. For shy or introverted students, social media can be a safe space to connect with others without the pressure of face-to-face interaction. Taking that away can leave them feeling even more isolated and alone. Digital illiteracy, a generation left behind? But wait, there's more! Another concern is that banning phones in schools could actually hinder students' digital literacy skills. We live in a world that's increasingly reliant on technology. From online banking to job applications to accessing government services, digital literacy is no longer optional, it's essential. By shielding students from technology during school hours, are we inadvertently setting them up for failure in the real world? Think about it. If students aren't allowed to use their phones or other devices in school, how will they learn how to use them responsibly and effectively? How will they develop the critical thinking skills needed to navigate the vast and ever-changing digital landscape? It's like trying to teach someone to swim by keeping them out of the water. It just doesn't make sense. A glimmer of hope, academic gains, and reduced bullying. Okay, I know I've been painting a pretty bleak picture so far. The idea of banning phones might seem draconian, and the thought of students being cut off from their digital lifelines can be unsettling. But before you swear off phone bans forever, let's talk about some of the potential benefits. There are some silver linings to this cloud, and they might just surprise you. One of the most compelling arguments in favor of phone bans is that they can lead to improved academic performance. When students are not distracted by their phones, they can focus better on their studies. Remember all those distractions we talked about earlier? The constant notifications, the urge to check social media, and the endless stream of messages? Well, it turns out that when students aren't constantly checking their phones, they're more likely to pay attention in class, complete their assignments, and achieve higher grades. This increased focus can make a significant difference in their academic outcomes. And it's not just anecdotal evidence. Research supports these claims. Studies have shown that schools that have implemented phone bans have seen significant improvements in student test scores and overall academic achievement. These findings suggest that reducing phone usage during school hours can have a positive impact on learning. Plus, let's not forget about the issue of cyberbullying. The digital world can be a harsh place, and students are not immune to its darker sides. By limiting students' access to social media during school hours, phone bans can help to reduce instances of cyberbullying and online harassment. This can be a crucial step in creating a safer school environment. This can create a safer and more supportive learning environment for all students. When students feel safe and supported, they are more likely to engage in their studies and participate in classroom activities, leading to a more positive and productive educational experience. Striking a balanced responsible use over outright bans. So, where does that leave us? Well, as you can see, there are valid arguments on both sides of the phone ban debate. Banning phones can reduce distractions, improve academic performance, and create a safer learning environment. However, it can also lead to increased anxiety, social isolation, and hinder the development of essential digital literacy skills. So, what's the solution? Instead of resorting to outright bans, perhaps a more effective approach is to teach students how to use technology responsibly. This means educating them about the potential dangers of excessive phone use, the importance of digital citizenship, and the value of face-to-face interaction. It also means creating clear guidelines for phone use in school, with appropriate consequences for misuse. The way forward. Empowering students in a digital age. The goal shouldn't be to demonize technology, but to empower students to use it as a tool for learning, communication, and personal growth. Imagine a classroom where students are encouraged to use their phones to research topics, collaborate on projects, and create digital content. Imagine a school where technology is seamlessly integrated into the curriculum, enhancing the learning experience rather than detracting from it. That's the kind of future I want to see. A future where technology is used responsibly and ethically to unlock the full potential of every student. Join the conversation. Your voice, your opinion matters. So, what do you think? Is banning phones in schools the answer, or is there a better way? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, kindly subscribe, share, like, and turn on the notification bell.